What's up, gamers? This is Shikamaru's twin, also known as Ninja, bringing you another episode of Gamer's Voice. This series is a user-sponsored series, so what that means is you beautiful people need to start tippity-typing in the comment section down below and let me know what y'all want to see for next week's video. This week, however, I picked my own topic because I found it really controversial and I really kind of wanted to talk to you guys about it and give my humble opinion on it and see what you all thought. So, recently there was a Eurogamer report that got covered by a bunch of different news organizations that talked about how AMD was really upset with CD Projekt Red and The Witcher 3. The problem was that NVIDIA had worked really closely with CD Projekt Red to create a Hairworks setting or system inside the game that made the fur of the creatures and the hair of the characters look really nice and sharp for NVIDIA graphics cards, and really dropped the frame rate, unfortunately, for AMD users. This was a really big problem, and it caused a lot of outrage in the community, which is to be expected because people pay hundreds, thousands of dollars for their setup, and now all of a sudden the game is basically screwing them over in order to get money or help from another company. I'm gonna look at this kind of in two sides, so bear with me. However, AMD did kind of have their opportunity. CD Projekt Red has reported several times they have reached out to AMD to get some support and optimize for their game, and they didn't do it. NVIDIA was more than happy to help out, and that was great for NVIDIA and people who have NVIDIA graphics cards, but it was really unfortunate for those in the community who didn't. Some of the statistics on it are really interesting. So it would drop your NVIDIA graphics card if you had it set to run on Ultra on everything. The FPS on it would be around 75 to 80 FPS, and then if you took that and turned on the Hairworks, it only dropped it to about 74 if it was running 80, drop it to 74 if it was at 75, to about 69. Still very playable. The drop off for an AMD graphics card, however, would go from 75, 80 frames per second all the way down to 34. Some cases people were getting even 24, 25 frames per second, which is just unplayable at that point. I mean, that's ridiculous. Nobody should have to be playing a game. Not even the consoles play at 24, 25 frames per second, even in the most demanding situations. So the thing that I found very interesting about all of this, now I know everybody's already sharpened up their pitchforks and gone after NVIDIA and the corporation's evil, and CD Projekt Red, fuck you, and working with them and screwing over your AMD fan base, and you made your bed, CD Projekt Red, now you lay in there and you think about what you did and die. And that's kind of the census that I've gathered from all of the comment sections in a lot of these videos, like The Know and IGN's recap on it, and especially in Eurogamer, there's been a lot of hate going on in there. But if y'all just slow down for a second and let me kind of give you my 2 cents on this, I'll explain to you how this is an extremely good PR campaign. I looked at everything and kind of analyzed it, and how this works is AMD, NVIDIA, and CD Projekt Red start this war, quote-unquote, with the comment sections, or this, over the game. And while this war is going on, they're raking in the cash because you are talking about each one of their products. NVIDIA goes out and they look like either superior in some people's eyes because AMD can't run The Witcher 3, or they look like some sort of evil corporation. So then AMD gets a little bit of help because they look like this weak, innocent little, oh, poor me, I'm so hurt now, I can't run The Witcher 3, buy the better graphics card that I have hidden up here that's worth, $2,000, and pour more money into your rig than you already have. And then you've got Witcher 3, who's just raking in the dough because now people are going to go out and buy the game just to prove that their graphics cards are better, or to prove a point that they can still run the game good and AMD's still good, or fuck you, I'm going to run it no matter what. So the game sales have gone up. I know that Witcher 2's game sales are now up 200%, so that's any sort of indication about how good the game is. Imagine what the numbers are now that this whole controversy broke. And AMD sales have probably gone up because they are looking how they are, and NVIDIA returning customers, or even not so educated customers, are now buying their product because they see that The Witcher 3 runs better on their product. So all of this is just PR. It's really good PR that you all are giving them. This isn't a bad thing. I know that it feels like we've all been played. I have been there before where I've gotten behind a console, and I felt kind of upset whenever they decided to change something or make something different, and I felt betrayed, so I went with somebody else. This is just some way for them to sell product. I can't break it down any simpler than that. It's just a really good marketing strategy. So what does this mean for us as gamers? This means that we've been kind of had, and don't feel bad, it happens. This is what, a lot of people, I am going for PR and I am going for journalism, and I can see these things a little bit clearer than some, but it even happens to the best of us, and it happens to the worst of us, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. What can you do to really combat it is just slow down. Do your homework. That's kind of my best advice for most people who are really upset about this. And I know I probably sound like a prick, but I'm just trying to convey in the best possible way to people that you need to slow down. You need to do your research. You need to double check every single fucking fact. And don't jump the gun on things like graphics cards or games and stuff like that. I cannot stress that enough. I've been burned several times recently because of new games and stuff like that. I can think of one in particular, which has a RNG loot system that just burns the fuck out of me every single time I play it, with terrible netcode issues and horrible latency in its multiplayer. There's just been a lot of hiccups lately, and people are suffering. I know that probably AMD, NVIDIA probably aren't hurting, but I know that gaming in general is a little bit on the ouch side due to recent years of problems that have arisen from poor game releases. If we look at stuff like Watch Dogs or Battlefield 4, which wasn't a terrible launch but had a lot of fucking issues that took about a year and a half to get fixed, and Watch Dogs graphical problems that got released, or not released but found out by the community later on, caused a lot of problems. And the same kind of thing with Witcher 3 and their graphic stuff that people have been slowly discovering, not with the AMD cards but with the settings that have been kind of locked behind a invisible door. All of this stuff has kind of burned me out lately on gaming, so I'm just trying to convey as easily as possible, be careful, watch what you're saying, watch what you're doing for these companies. If we keep letting them just rile us all up and start these big ass forest fires, then we're going to be out of control pretty quick, guys. So just watch out. And know that this is nothing bad from me to you. I love each and every single one of you out there. We're a strong fucking community, and I love this community with all my heart. And I want us all to be happy, and I just want everybody to be on the same page. So that's why I'm kind of talking about this today. Just let me know what you all think. I know this is kind of just my humble opinion on this. If it sounded more than being humble, then I apologize. But let me know what you all think. Leave a comment down below. I'd definitely like to see the community's feedback on this. Leave a like and a subscribe if you really enjoyed this. Even share this with a couple of your friends so, we can spread the word of this. I know it's kind of a weird topic to kind of talk about, but I think it needs to be talked about, guys. I think that we are the strongest community out there. I mean, we can fucking change corporations, so let's do it. Let's try to, get as many people on board as humanly possible. But thanks for watching, guys, and as always, this is Shikamaru's Twin signing off.